Hey, good morning. So before I go into the store, I wanted to let you know that you can remove basically any student loan that could possibly show up on your credit report very, very easily. People make things just complicated, and there's nothing complicated about removing student loans. I mean, okay, is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it's possible, okay? So you have to remember that the only things that cannot be removed are foreclosures in process and child support. So besides that, everything, bankruptcies, collections, charge-offs, repossessions, late payments, inquiries, addresses, you name it, they can be removed from your credit report, but it has to be done the right way. So let's just talk about student loans real quick, all right? Excuse me, and I apologize if you can hear the wind, but I brought my good mic just to make sure, all right? So let's say that you have Navient or Nelnet or who cares, any of those, right? You have a late payment that needs to be removed. Well, is it removed the same way as, let's just say, Bank of America, like a credit card? No, it is not. And I'm going to tell you why. Normally, with student loans, you're going to notice that it'll say, okay, 90 days late. Okay, well, you need to look at this logically and say, well, how is it possible that I am on time consistently and then all of a sudden I'm 90 days late? You have to remember that Metro 2 and the FCRA state very specifically that everything must be accurate, right? Who cares about verified? Who cares about complete? Those are not the things that remove them from your credit report, because Metro 2 only says accurate, right? FCRA states all three. So we're only dealing with accuracy. So how can it be accurate? How can it be correct? How can it be valid? How can it be possible that I am on time consistently and then 90 days late? Okay, so the real truth behind this is that they don't report you as late until you're 90 days late, right? But I don't care about that. I don't care that they're, giving you some leniency. I'm not going to report you as late until you're 90 days late. The whole point is that when it comes to your credit report, it is very, very important for you to know that it cannot say okay on time when you were actually not on time. You were actually late, and then you're 90 days late after being on time, right? So what would your dispute reason look like? Well, it could very, very simply be exactly what I just said. Because remember, you're building a conversation in your letter, right? The same way that I'm speaking with you right now is the same way that you write your letter, right? Just from a regular ass person, regular Jane, regular Joe, Joe the plumber type of letter. Like, dude, I was just on time on X date, and then all of a sudden I'm 90 days late. That's not possible. You need to remove this 90-day late payment, or 120, or 90 and then 120, or whatever it is, late payment from my report for inaccuracy. Because you have to remember, the formula is very simply, you're telling them what you are disputing. You tell them why you are disputing it, and you tell them what you want to happen. So there's the justifier, because this is blah blah blah. The outcome, I want it to be updated, I want it to be corrected, I want it to be removed, whatever, stop reporting it. And then obviously the what is what you're disputing, this late payment on X date, right? Now, let's say that you want to, and I don't care who the creditor is, I don't care if it's Nelnet, Navient, U.S. Department of Education, I don't care if it's a collection, I don't care if it's a charge-off. If you want to remove the entire account from your credit report, you treat it as a charge-off, okay? So we're not talking about you just being late. We are talking about the actual charge-off. We are removing it from your credit report. Now, let me ask you a question. How do you remove a charge-off from your credit report? What do? Do you dispute the balance? Do you dispute the open date? Do you choose anything from the bottom of the pyramid? No, dude. You need to go to the top of that pyramid using the pyramid method and the hierarchy, and you need to use the biggest ammo, and the biggest ammo with a charge-off normally, unless you have blatant inaccuracies, right? Blatant inaccuracies are the things that you just look at the account and you're just like, oh my god, that needs to come off because you have like 3 different balances, right? So putting like those aside, we are talking about what is your best, biggest ammo. You're going in guns blazing. You are not pulling out your squirt guns. You are going in guns blazing. Okay, so that is going to be, most of the time, it is going to be the date last active, right? Now, sometimes this does not apply, right? You can have an account where that might just not apply. Wow, my car is like really loud. I got my charger, my Dodge Charger. Anyways, so I'm gonna move towards the back of it because the engine is so loud. Okay, so most of the time you're starting with a date last active. So you're treating this student loan, whether, like I said, a charge-off or a collection, as a charge-off. So first, look at the date last active. No, it's okay. Okay, go to the date last paid. No, okay, look at the payment history. Does it say that you were, on time and then you were late and then you're charged off, but then it still says that you were late, or charge off, all in the payment history? Because if it does, that is a violation, and it means that the account needs to be removed. Okay, so that's how you remove student loans. There's nothing, like a magic wand. There's no magic wand. There's nothing like that when it comes to student loans. And yes, there are certain methods, there are certain techniques, and holy crap, it is so sunny out here, to remove student loans. But I'm just telling you, basically how you can handle any account that you have when it comes to student loans. So remember, we have late payments that need to be removed, and then we have actual charge-offs and collections and whatever for U.S. Department of Ed, Sally Mae, Nelnet, Navient, whoever, right? And you also have to remember that Navient was sued. Okay, this is very, very important. If I can find the article, it might be on my one of my drives that are actually locked up. But if I can find it, if I can Google it, maybe I will post it when I go and put my description later on when I get home. So you can always revisit when this turns into a video, okay? So anywho, the way that Navient was sued because they were not applying consumer payments to the accounts. I'm talking like millions and millions of consumers. So sometimes you have to know that there's a lawsuit that you can use to your advantage, because remember, sections of law only pertain to very specific situations, like 603 or 604, 609. There's like the whole rest of the FCRA. If it were only as simple as, using one thing to remove all of your accounts, and there would only be one section of the entire FCRA, right? So you need to realize that case law can be used, not always, but can be used for your entire dispute, right? So if you go and let's just say you're only disputing Navient, you have like 7 Navient accounts, right? Because they break them up into like specific accounts or whatever. Even though it was like one loan, you have like semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, whatever. Holy crap, I am like baking out here. Anywho, I would have done this in the car, but my son's in there and I didn't want him to be like, mommy. Anyways, so what you do is you go and you find that Navient article. If I can't find it, if I can, like I said, I'll post it, and you can use this to remove any late payments, because you can basically state that this happened to you because it happened to millions of people. So when you're disputing something, one of the very first things that you should be doing is checking to see if there's something that can apply to your case, right? So this is just a regular Google search, right? So I'll tell you, I've removed like tons of late payments using that Navient article. Like I literally send it with the letter when I'm only disputing student loans. Like I will literally write a letter that is only for the student loans. Everything else goes on a totally separate letter. I don't care if it's just one other account. That sucker is going on a different letter, because I want this to only be about this one specific thing, so that my case law can pertain to my entire letter, which is only for student loans. All right. Now, there are other ways of removing student loans. And, you have to remember that we're talking about a situation where the client, right? The client doesn't have like a story. Okay. I was a victim of identity theft. Here's my proof that I was a victim of identity theft. This is actually truly inaccurate. Here's my bank statements that prove it. We're talking about a situation where you just want to remove it. Like, who cares what the story is? Because most of the time, it's not going to help out anyways, right? So that's why we do that. That's why we're looking for these things to remove the account, okay? So There's some other things that we could go into right now, but it is so hot. Like, it is really, really hot. And you know, when you're like inside 24 hours a day, you only leave like once to drop off client mail and go to the store. Hot is like times 500 right now. Okay, it's like my car says it is 106. It's 106 degrees and it's only like almost 8 o'clock, dude. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, okay, so that's the end of that. I will post another video about student loans specifically. The reason I did this is because I've had so many people contact me within like the last 5 days asking specifically about student loans. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I haven't posted a video in a while, so let's do this live. All right. Okay. There's so many of you that, especially in the comments, will ask me how to do something, or for me to look at your letter, or that you need help. Okay, dude, I've got a new YouTube series. All you have to do is, and you're gonna have to revisit this one. It is a video in a couple of hours. You can submit your letter for me to do in a video and show you exactly how it should be. So if you need help with your disputes, if you're trying to remove collections, foreclosures, you know, charge-offs, bankruptcy, student loans, and you think your letter sucks, or you know, it just needs a little bit of improvement, or you just want me to check it out, if you are willing for that letter to be in a video in the new YouTube series, and no, dude, no one's gonna know that it's your letter except for you and me, okay? Because you're not submitting it with your personal information. So all you have to do is submit it. Like I said, the link will be in the description when this posts as a video. It'll be in about 2 hours when I get back home, and that's it. I'll be doing one of those like tomorrow or the day after. It might be Saturday night or Sunday night. I don't know. And of course, if you need my help, if you don't want to do this yourself, if you just want to say, screw this, I'd rather have a professional do it, then you can go schedule a call with me at expertcreditsweeps.com/book online. All right, guys, I have to go grocery shopping before my first call. And I think my son is getting hot in the car. All right. I will see you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure to stay safe. And when you go outside, wear a mask. Mine is in my bag in the car. A mask, dude, a mask, okay? We are in a freaking pandemic, all right? I'm not trying to yell at you, all right? I'm just trying to be, you know, adamant about it. You have to wear a mask. Out here, it's actually a law now. Like, I cannot walk into Walmart without a mask. Don't know how it is by you. Anyways, we'll talk later. I actually have a couple of different awesome, stupendous, super, super awesome stuff coming out. I'm talking about like new launches, and I'll tell you about them soon. So I'll see you guys later. I gotta go put my mic back, get my son out, and grab my mask. Bye.